All right. What workout clothes, right? So this is just one of the habits I'm getting into as far as just, in this case, it was more or less like wake up sort of thing and start exercising. Well, this is from the 18th of April. It's possible that I've been up for a while and then just maybe even had breakfast and then just went ahead and just decided to get on the bike and start going. There's been, I wanted to later on, I don't know if I want to post pictures of it or not, but there's certain things that have happened, and it's not nasty things, it's just things that I'd just rather not, I don't think, post on these videos and maybe talk about in a different video or different context. But again, going with the fact that there are immediate gains from it, there are immediate effects that happen from exercising that I've noticed, well, not like one day to the next, but definitely within the weeks that have noticed. And I don't know if I want to talk about that other one too, but there definitely have been some physical and mental changes within me that I think are good. They're definitely good. They're not bad. That have resulted from working out. It really is like, from someone who hasn't worked out in a long time. And to be quite honest, I never worked out for myself. Have I ever just had nothing to gain by working out. And what I mean by that is that all the exercising and all the weightlifting, all the working out that I've ever done has always been because of a team. I've been working, either I was on the football team or I was on the baseball team, and I was just trying to be my best on the field. So it was never really for me per se in that sense, which is something that I've kind of actually just came to grips with, to where, I've always had some sort of end goal on working out and getting stronger. In my youngest days in high school, whether it be like my freshman or sophomore years, it was always to get stronger, to get a better position on the field, and be in better shape to be able to accomplish what I needed to do for the team and on the field. Those of you that don't play sports may not be able to grasp that, and I'm starting to realize that as I grow older, there is a very difference in personalities and overall just human behavior with the people that have played sports versus the people that never played sports, to certain aspects of life. Some good, some bad. Don't get me wrong, not all of these things are good. I'll give you a perfect example about a bad thing about sports is the tribalism, to where I think the perfect movie is that Robert De Niro movie with Wesley Snipes about the baseball team. Damn it, I can't remember the name of it, to where basically the point of the movie is that Robert De Niro is the classical Robert De Niro character. He's playing a psychotic bastard, right? Which is the same. He basically plays a psychotic bastard in all the movies. And I have my opinions on Robert De Niro, which I'll expand on another video. But the movie is that he's a very overzealous baseball fan, and that he basically thinks he's the number one baseball fan, number one Giants fan in the world, and his favorite player is Wesley Snipes player, and a lot of drama ensues, and it's actually a pretty decent movie, detective movie sort of thing. But what you have in Robert De Niro is a character who thinks he's a number one baseball fan, thinks he's knowledgeable about the game, this, that, and the other, and all he ever did was play Little League. And that sort of tribal mentality just kind of exponentially grew and overtook his personality. And I think if you know someone who's a major sports fan, you know the type that I'm talking about, to where sports can have a bad effect if it's not controlled properly, and if it's not coached and taught properly. That's my main issue here, to where you get a lot of kids who don't even know how to play the game, have a very overly inflated opinion on how the game should be played. And furthermore, some of these people go in positions that start regulating the game, and that's again another story. But I think that when I started working out, it wasn't ever for me. It wasn't like I need to get stronger, I need to do this. It's not in that sense. It was I need to get stronger because the team needs me. It needs me to be in a certain position. And what's funny is by the time I was in my junior year, one of my favorite sports stories that I have, speaking of overly inflated opinions of oneself, I was able to beat out a senior because I overworked him in the gym. And it's just something that is as simple as that, to where I saw benefits of working out very early on in my athletic career. But again, I never imposed goals for myself. Like, I need to get healthy, I should get stronger, I should be in a position to do this, then the other. And I think secretly in my, let's just say, my renaissance of working out, I'm kind of in that position too, where I do have an end goal to where I think that by this time next year, I hope to be in shape to be able to play in one last, at least pitch, and one last season of adult baseball before I throw my arm out and possibly my back, which I'm sacrificing for it, just to have one last great season and possibly be able to win some kind of championship. Because yes, those do get addictive. Always wanting to win, which is another part of the badness of sports. And I gave up sports a long time ago. I don't watch football anymore. I don't watch any sort of major sports. The only sports that I do keep up with on casually is baseball. That's something that I will never give up. I just love that game to the nth. But the tribalism that exists, the violence that exists because of sports, and just because of what team you like the best is crazy to me. But everyone is still welcome to shit on the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Raiders, of course. Those teams are non-exempt from my neutrality from sports. Those teams are garbage, and you guys can take that to the bank. No disrespect personally to anybody who's a fan of those players or those teams, but you really should find better teams to root for. I might as well throw the Dallas Cowboys in there as well. But aside from that, if I knew any soccer teams, I would throw those at you as well. I don't know. I knew a guy who was a Chelsea fan, and another guy who was a big the team that's in that show, Tottenham. Is it the Spurs? I don't know. I knew a guy who was worthless that went for that team, and I'm like rooted for that team, cheered for that team, and so that team for me has now become slightly garbage. I'm kidding. I don't know enough about soccer to know anything about the difference in teams. It's definitely not European teams. Mexican teams maybe. But from that, while this workout is really mostly for me, I do have somewhere in the back of my hand, in the back of my mind, like, okay, well, I need to train to have this. And of course, we're a long way from there. I need to start getting into power and things like that. But again, the realization that this time I'm working out mostly for me is sort of like my mentality is that there is no real goal for me other than my overall health, which I will get into as far as describing exactly why I do need to work out, why there really is a goal that's not competitive, that doesn't have anything to do with the team, that has solely to do with myself. I mean, I guess I can imagine that I'm playing golf or tennis or something like that, right? But that's the strange epiphany realization that I had recently, is that this isn't for a team anymore. This isn't for the big glory, the big playoffs, the big championship, the big ring, the big trophy. There is none of that at the end of this journey. There is just life, and that's for someone like me. It's not that it's disappointing. It's just that it's anticlimactic, and it's sort of like at one point I need to find the whole point of this ramble again is the motivation somehow needs to exist for me to go there and do things. And from the very beginning of these little clips of me working out, again, I'm just holding myself accountable. My goals have shifted in life to where, okay, well, I want to be some sort of content creator, not necessarily for myself, but be able to be some sort of producer, be able to know what it's like to consistently put out product and be able to project that and explain that to somebody like, hey man, if this is something you want to do, and again, I explained it before, you really need to get off your ass. This really is work, and it's whether or not, like, the old school doesn't deem this as hard work because it's something new. It is something that needs to find external motivations to happen when the money isn't pouring in. So that's that. And so here we go. We keep working out and doing what we got to do, and do it again tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, the next day. I do need to find days in between, at least one day of rest. The other day I rested one day and then I came back at it again. I don't know how really that matters or how much it does because it's so low impact, but taking a day break is fine for the most part. All right, take it easy. Talk to you guys soon and enjoy your youth.